So, according to recent reports, Meghan, Archie, and Lilibet are not expected to join Prince Harry on his upcoming UK trip connected to Invictus Games events in Birmingham. And honestly, this is where the whole conversation gets heavy again, because it always comes back to the same issue: security. Not fancy palace drama, not headlines, not gossip, just basic safety. Harry has been consistent about this for years. He's not bringing his wife and kids into any situation where he doesn't feel they're properly protected. And from a regular person's point of view, that part is actually pretty easy to understand. If you feel unsafe somewhere, you don't just push through it because of tradition or expectations. You don't gamble with your family like that. You just don't. So when people hear that Meghan and the kids won't be traveling, a lot of them don't see it as drama. They see it as a boundary, a hard one. And the truth is, this situation has turned into a long-running standoff that nobody seems able to smoothly resolve. On one side, you've got Harry trying to protect his family and control the level of risk they're exposed to. On the other side, you've got a system where security decisions are wrapped up in layers of process, rules, and institutional control. And stuck in the middle, a family that clearly doesn't want to be constantly living under this tension every time travel comes up. That's the part that feels frustrating to watch, because it shouldn't be this complicated for a father to travel and know his wife and kids are safe to join him if they choose to come along. No theatrics needed, just peace of mind. But instead, every trip becomes a whole debate online with people arguing like it's a football match. At the end of the day, most regular people understand one simple thing: you don't mess around with safety. Not for headlines, not for appearances, not for tradition. And that's why this story keeps circling back, because until that core issue is fully resolved, everything else around it stays stuck in place. Listen, squaddies, let's get real for a second, because this royal security mess is wild. People magazine just dropped the latest update, and it's the same old nonsense. Bottom line, the answer is a hard no, and it all boils down to one thing: security. Charles and William are moving like absolute villains here. They have the ultimate cheat code. With one snap of their fingers, they could give Meghan, Archie, and Lily top-tier protection, but they won't. They straight up refuse, and it is a terrible look. Harry is standing 10 toes down for his crew. He already said there is zero chance he is bringing his wife and kids back to the UK to be sitting ducks. He fought hard, went to court, and did everything a real man is supposed to do to protect his household. But his dad and brother, they are playing petty games. Let's call it what it is. Charles and William want Harry isolated. They want him pulling up to the UK lonely, with no wife and no kids, just so they can control him. They are weaponizing security just to keep a beautiful family divided. For regular folks, this is peak toxic family behavior. Imagine your uncle refusing to unlock the front gate for your kids just because he's throwing a tantrum. It's shady, it's lazy, and it proves that all that royal money can't buy you a soul. Huge respect to Harry for choosing his wife and kids over that circus. Man, let's keep it a buck. This whole situation with King Charles and the kids, Archie and Lily, is pure trash. We are talking about a granddad who completely ghosts his own grandkids. No phone calls, no visits, nothing. He treats them like they're invisible, not like actual human beings who need love. It's wild because everyone on television loves to pretend he's this doting, sweet old grandfather. Nah, stop lying. Let's look at the real track record here. Why did that nightmare cause a massive headache? Because the truth hurts. This is the exact same guy who, alongside Kate, was allegedly sitting around the palace tripping over what shade of brown Archie's skin was going to be before the kid took his first breath. Who does that? That is nasty work. If someone's side-eyeing a baby's skin tone, they don't get to claim they care about them later, period. The reality is so obvious it hurts. Charles doesn't want a relationship, he wants content. He wants to use Harry, Meghan, and the kids as a shield to fix his own PR nightmares and look good for the cameras. It's all about the brand, never about the bond. Shame on him, for real. And don't even get me started on William, acting all high and mighty while backing up this circus. The whole royal machine is just flexing for the media while treating their own blood like extra actors in a movie. Harry and Meghan did the right thing by packing up and protecting their peace, because trying to get love out of that palace is like squeezing water from a stone. Let's be completely real about the absolute garbage fire that is the UK tabloid media. These guys are fully unhinged. They have spent years running a 24/7 smear campaign against Harry and Meghan, treating a real-life family like their personal punching bag just to sell cheap papers and farm hate clicks. The hypocrisy is wild. They will spend Monday through Friday printing the most vile, toxic, and borderline obsessive hit pieces about Meghan, analyzing her every move, her clothes, her breathing, and then turn around on Saturday with a straight face and ask, but why won't they bring the grandkids over for a visit? Are you dense? You literally built a hostile environment, threw rocks at their house, and now you're mad they won't pull up to the backyard barbecue? It's completely wicked work. The tabloids are weaponizing the press to bully a woman, drag her name through the mud without a single shred of decency, and then act shocked when Harry stands up and says, "Yeah, I'm protecting my wife and kids from this circus." The tabloids aren't doing journalism, they're running a corporate bullying ring. You cannot blame Meghan one bit for staying in California, keeping Archie and Lily safe, and refusing to give these vultures the satisfaction of fresh footage. Trying to survive that UK press ecosystem is a losing game. Good on them for prioritizing their peace and leaving those miserable tabloids to choke on their own bitter headlines. Let's talk about this question that keeps bouncing around online. When is Meghan coming back to the UK? Because every time it gets asked, it feels like people are ignoring the obvious context. From a regular person's point of view, it's simple. Why would someone keep putting themselves in a space that feels stressful, loud, and constantly under a microscope? And we're not just talking about internet comments here. We're talking about a full media environment, non-stop commentary, panel debates, opinion shows, headlines, breakdowns, reactions on reactions. It's a lot. Honestly, it feels like living life with a running commentary track that never turns off. And once you look at it that way, the conversation shifts. Because at that point, it's no longer about why isn't she coming back? It becomes, why would she want to? That's the real question regular people ask themselves. Nobody voluntarily walks back into chaos just for the sake of appearances, especially when kids are involved and peace of mind is the priority. And the longer this debate goes on, the more it turns into a cycle. Speculation, reactions, more speculation, more headlines. Meanwhile, the actual human reality stays pretty simple. A family trying to protect their space, a couple making decisions based on comfort and safety, and a situation that clearly hasn't calmed down enough for things to feel normal again. So when you strip all the noise away, there's no mystery here. People choose environments where they feel good and avoid ones where they don't. That's it. Everything else is just commentary layered on top. And that's why this story keeps coming back, not because it's complicated, but because it keeps getting talked about like it is. Big shout out to Prince Harry. Real talk, whatever people say online, one thing that's clear is this man moves like someone locked in on his family. Courtroom after courtroom, legal battles, non-stop pressure, headlines flying everywhere, and through all of it, he's stayed focused on one thing: protecting Meghan and the kids and making sure they're okay. That's not small energy, that's heavy responsibility. And from a regular person's perspective, you don't need royal status to understand it, you just need family. Because at the end of the day, most people know what it means to choose peace over noise and protection over chaos. Harry's situation might be played out on a global stage, but the core feeling is something a lot of people relate to. Doing whatever you can to keep your family safe and stable when everything around you feels loud and complicated. And to the people who've been supporting Harry and Meghan through all the noise, the opinions, the headlines, and the endless commentary, that support doesn't go unnoticed. People are watching, they're forming their own views, and they're sticking with what they believe is fair. But zooming out, this isn't about winning or losing some public argument. It's about a man prioritizing his wife and children and standing firm on that decision, no matter what's happening around him. That kind of focus is rare, and whether people agree with everything or not, most can understand the instinct behind it. Protect your people, keep your circle tight, don't fold under pressure. That's the real story a lot of folks see here. Thanks for watching. I'm your host, Miles. And listen, if this royal drama had any more twists, it would need its own chiropractor. Stay sharp, stay laughing, and don't let the headlines stress you out too much. They'll be back tomorrow with another exclusive that somehow changes everything again. We out. See you in the next one.